let's shift the conversation from Manchester United. We're talking about coaches, and there's been new coach in Barcelona, Xavi Hernandez. And did you have a chance to see the game?
Yeah,
His
I
his
did
first
actually.
first game.
It's the only game I had a chance to watch this weekend. I was so busy this weekend. So,
Okay, what's your first impression?
uh, well, a little bit mixed,
Yeah,
both.
yeah,
But I like these passes when they're when they're actually pushing the defense back and there were gaps. Like even there were some counter attack situations there that three forwards probably pushing the whole defense back and the midfield was trying to covering it up and there were some gaps and actually Gabi or sometimes even Busquets actually was able to make some passes in between these gaps and open up the Espanyol defense.
yeah. Just to
And
mention
it was
the
actually
just to mention. Sorry to interrupt, but Espanyol is doing fairly well for their
yeah, of
standard
course.
in this season. So it's not a bad team at all they were facing, and obviously Barcelona were in some kind of turmoil because of everything that has happened in the last
Their points were actually same. They both had
similar
17
same
points.
point. Yeah, exactly.
Um,
Yeah, let's please continue.
So yeah, even when they were making crosses, I think I did not like how Oscar Minguez was playing. But right now Xavi doesn't have any uh, backup for this position except for Dani Alves. But I don't think he will play in this position.
Yeah, I think
But
is it Serginho Dest is injured,
yeah,
right?
Dest is out until until tomorrow. Um, and who else? Yeah, Fatih is coming back in December 7. Um, and probably Dembele is coming. I don't know,
Yeah,
but
it's
it's
hard. Yeah, but there is an
what else?
what was most important, it's still very first game, hard to judge, but
Yeah,
there's the movement off and on the ball was very, very refreshing to see for Barcelona.
exactly.
Some of the, especially you can always see the wide players being very, really wide, pushing all the way, and also the passes you can see, there's a tempo on the pass, and there's a bit of pattern in the passes and build-ups as well.
Yeah, exactly. And also, what I liked, there were some dummies and some lob balls over the defense.
To
So
create
they could have actually,
space and
yeah,
get the ball back towards where the player was not really marked.
yeah, exactly. And yeah, but what I don't like still, they still had a lot, like way a lot to do for in defensive situations because um, what is his name? This guy. Uh,
Eric Garcia.
no, Eric Garcia was getting some space also, but the thing is that Raul Di Thomas was leading the attack
Oh yeah, yeah,
because
yeah.
yeah, and it's more like a 4-5-1 formation, and there were also like white players from Espanyol side, and they were constantly making threats. And Mingueza is not that like
Quick.
fast,
Yeah.
yeah. So there were actually they were creating problems in that side, and also there were I don't think
I think Espanyol missed some really good chances.
yeah
They could have won.
exactly. Yeah, they could have won. They could have scored 2-3 goals. And also there weren't actually like clear chances because um, these players from Barcelona, like these forwards, they are like really, really young, even like the not the first team players.
Yeah.
So
I think that there was
it's too
17
much
years
to
old.
ask
Yeah,
for.
17-year-olds been first game for the senior team. That's
Yeah,
tells you where Barcelona at this point. But kudos what to give. There is definitely some criticism in the finishing. the development,
Yeah.
and there's been chances being or half chances being created, and the
Yeah, even like experienced players like Depay missed some half chances, and it should have thrown into the nets.
exactly. So I don't know if Dani Alves has been brought back, but there's always I still feel that Barcelona would have been benefited if someone like Pedro, who's doing fairly okay in Lazio, could have been brought back. They definitely need someone to attack, the lead the line on the attacking side, and it's a shame that Aguero is not going to be available.
Yeah, and but still, if you recognize, like there were some Barca moments in the match, like there were some dummies by the midfielders, and it was actually opening up and creating all sort of confusion in the defensive area. But yeah, also I think the tempo of the passes, like passes, are like really good. Like it's faster than Ronald Koeman, even like Kiko Setien or any other coach after Luis Enrique was playing. But it was faster, but still they were actually touching the ball too much,
Yeah, some I think it takes a bit of time. Someone like say for
Yeah, yeah,
example,
exactly. And those players are not like a world class professional. Like you can expect these things from Busquets or Frankie De Jong
hmm
probably
hmm
in the midfield. But this guy Gavi, he's played brilliant.
well, Nico
And
Gonzalez has been decent so far.
no, yeah, yeah, and yeah, when Nico was trying to pushing this defensive midfielders, it was fun to watch actually.
Yeah. No, there is definitely a sign of promise, and I think it needs time, it needs lots of efforts, and also these players will learn on the field as well
Yeah.
how to manage the game. But 1-0 is such a slender lead, with that lead and with that back line, especially without that pace, they have to. I mean, it was very very close for comfort for too many times. But yeah, moving on to
I was going to ask
sorry,
you a question. Like,
go ahead.
if you were in charge of like sporting direction for the Barca team, like which players are you gonna change or like try to bring into this system to
Well,
make this?
at this point, Barcelona doesn't have money. That's the problem. I mean, if they had money, I would go for someone like what Ajax is doing at this point.
Yeah,
Say for example, Ajax has Anthony. Uh, I would have gone for someone like he looks charismatic for me to me. Ajax has Lisandro Martinez, who is very quick as well.
yeah.
In the back line, he could play in your defensive midfield position as well. He can be versatile, and he gives you a leadership similarly what Javier Mascherano would have done. Um, or if they had money, I mean, I would have, right now Real Madrid is looking for Julian Alvarez. I'd go and snatch that up if that $20 million is available, and it would have been a nice addition at this point.
Actually, it would be in a way because if they don't renew the contract with Osman Dembele, but it seems like they will. But if they don't, actually, they have some like salary money or something like this, and
I
it
mean,
would be.
Barcelona at this point have to be smart. They cannot have Felipe Coutinho coming in and renewing contract at the same price, or
Yeah.
Dembele at this point, and they have to be a bit smarter, like AC Milan is at this point. I mean, they're getting guys who are really promising and young, or older and veteran, because you don't have money, and if your academy players are not that much ready, I mean, not world class at this point, you have to be smarter on the market.
I think one forward or like a world class winger.
Or
Um,
even someone like, I mean, I know Chimi Avila has been not not 100% after his two knee injuries, but I don't know how he would play, and he could be cheap too from Osasuna, or
They're
someone.
actually trying to sign Adiami from Leipzig so far. And this rumor is quite strong.
I don't actually believe the Catalan media anymore. I don't see the money. I don't.
Yeah, but yeah, it was also like written in the papers in here
Well, that's
in
because
Germany.
too
So,
hype up, obviously. But do they have the money?
yeah,
That's my question is.
not their own. I don't think so.
So at this point, I guess
And Leipzig is a smart club. They wouldn't actually sell him for cheap.
no. Even Dortmund, if you remember, they don't
Yeah,
really sell any players for cheap.
yeah,
That's not their business. They get the
yeah.
players cheap, but not selling. Um,